Facebook family and friends. Hello, hello. Andrea coming live real quick from my laptop. I created a reel and it did not upload. I think it was too long. So I want to read really quick in honor of Valencia, my first home birth, free birth baby. Valencia Brielle, my toilet baby. She ended up being born on the toilet at my in-laws because we were out of town and not expecting her for like another month. So, faith, family, freedom, you guys, it's what I'm all about. My top 3 values: faith, family, freedom, power, purpose, potential. It's what I live by. And actually need it too low. The current frame rate is too low. Okay, well that's just gonna have to work. Does that work? Screen video. Anywho, so my 2 home birth, free birth children, I ended up having another one, Zion, after Valencia, about a year and a half. He'll be 4 in July. She just turned 5 today. And I made the decision to keep them sovereign. So they have Bibles and notarized affidavits of birth as proof. So no birth certificates, no socials. And so, being as though I'm choosing this and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, I just feel called to it. It's very important for me to educate myself, to know as much as I can, right? And so I came across VedaRevival.com, and I printed this out. She has lots of free resources, and I'm going to read it. So it's the Born Free Blueprint. It's a guide for mothers and fathers choosing sovereignty for their little ones. And so her disclaimer: I invite you to take personal responsibility for how you interpret and use this information. All decisions you make regarding your child's birth, legal standing, and paperwork are yours and yours alone. This work is shared in faith from one sovereign soul to another, with the hope that it empowers you to remember what's always been yours. Always trust your inner knowing above all else. XOXO Veda. So, I began looking into it. I read, your straw man and everything you need to know. Made the decision to not do it because we're essentially signing out of divine law and into the laws of man, and it's a system, and we become a number in that system. And so, a weapon of remembrance. You may not have had the words, but your body knows. Like a mother bear sensing danger in the wind, you feel something isn't right. The hospital lights, the paperwork, the forms asking for your baby's name. Something, something in you is growling. No, not this, not here. You couldn't prove it, but your womb remembered. Thankfully, mine did. Immediately after having my firstborn, within a week of visiting the pediatrician, I made the decision not to vaccinate, and I started doing research. And despite being a medical professional, I'm no longer working in the field, but I have my associate's degree in the medical field, did my internship at a pediatric clinic, and I was never even taught about VAERS, the Vaccine Adverse Events Reporting System, which is kind of important if I'm working, in a pediatric clinic, and thankfully I wasn't able to actually give vaccines. That's the good thing. So, something in you knows that this system and this machine was never built to honor life. It was built to claim it, to file, track, own it. You've been told this is just how it's done, right? We're told it's just the way it is, nothing you can do about it. And that birth certificates are normal. That registration is normal. It's required. This is how we belong. But you are not here to obey. You're here to remember what the wild mothers and fathers knew, that your baby is not a commodity. They are sacred. That your den is your domain, not the jurisdiction of the state. That to name your baby is meant to be a holy act, not a commercial handoff. This is not about fear. This is about power. This is meant to draw a line in the sand and say, not my baby, not my family, not anymore. They say it runs in the family. I say this is where it runs out. This is why I made this decision. Even though, again, I just feel called to it. I don't have all the answers or exactly know what I'm doing, what parent really does, but especially when you're choosing this very narrow path. Again, why it's so important for me to educate myself. And so I share what I'm learning as I grow. And so this guide is not a manual. It's a weapon of remembrance, a map back to your instincts, your sovereignty, and your sacred right to say no more contracts, no more cages, no more pretending we didn't know. You do know, and now you know. Now that you know, everything changes. Right? You can't change that which you aren't aware of, but once you're aware, you cannot help but change. Once you know better, you do better. So welcome. The Born Free Blueprint was created for mothers and fathers who are ready to explore what it truly means to keep their little ones sovereign. Free from the binding contracts and obligations that come with registration and the birth certificate. This guide is designed to help you and your baby stay aligned with the true wisdom of their own divine sovereignty. This is not about limiting your family's options. It's about seeing the path clearly, understanding the systems at play, and realizing that you do have choices. The systems in play, speaking of which, if you want to learn more about that, you guys, I'm going to drop a link in here for a free PDF of my book, Dumbed Down, Drugged Up, and Disempowered, Awakening and Making the Shift into the Quantum New 5D Earth Paradigm. It's a transformational guide to liberate humanity, and I go into a little bit about this in that book and so much more. So, definitely want to check that out. Check out, I'm backwards. So I'm like, check out all of my books, you guys. Mommy Magic, Dream Big, Do Bigger, and Dumbed Down, Drugged Up, and Disempowered. So, this is not about limiting your family, right? We have choices. And so in the blueprint, it talks about what you'll find. Again, you can visit VedaRevival.com if you want to print any of this stuff out. There's videos, a link for videos that you can watch about the hidden history of birth certificates and sovereignty. That's episode 1. Episode 2 is Whose Child Is It Really? The Truth About Birth Certificates and Legal Fiction. Episode 3, the two United States Republic versus Corporation Act of 1871 and 14th Amendment explained, because the United States is actually a corporation. We're not actually a nation. Episode 3, episode 4, the money spell, how debt, taxes, and birth certificates make you collateral. Episode 5, the matrix of consent, how contracts, citizenship, and language trap us. The very words that we're speaking are spells that bind us legally. And episode 6, coming out of Babylon, breaking free from contracts, benefits, and control. So there's also a link on there that for the top 20 questions for mothers and fathers. When you first consider raising your little one without a birth certificate, it's natural to wonder, what about passports? What about healthcare? What about navigating taxes, schooling, or even everyday life? These are questions that I also get asked, like, what about a job? You know, how are they going to work? All these things. Well, I think in the new earth that we're moving into, which I talk about in my book, working a 9-to-5, jobs are not going to be as they are today. It's not the 9-to-5 as we know it. We're going to be living our passion and purpose. Now, that will provide us provision. We're going to be sharing our message, our mission, our experience, our knowledge, our wisdom, our gifts with the world in such a way to be of service and help others. And so I don't believe that these systems are going to be a factor in the next decade or so. And this is the new earth that we are moving into. And we're seeing this dismantling taking place right now. The demolition process. It seems so crazy and chaotic in the 3D earth. This is the old earth that's falling away. It's the demolition process. You have to tear down the old before you can create the new. But since we're creators and we're energy, what we focus on expands. Where focus goes, energy flows. The secret to change isn't to focus our energy on fighting the old, but on creating the new. Focusing on the new 5D earth and our vision and our goals and moving towards it and not living from the past, because we can't create a new future stuck in a familiar past. Our mind can either be a record of the past or a map to the future. So we can either be defined by our past or driven by a vision of our future. She talks about her story and testimonials. Excuse me. And then the Born Free blueprint is not the end; it's the beginning. I read this for the first time when I did the reel that didn't upload, and I cried. I don't know if I'm going to cry this time, but once I get to the end, you'll see why. This is just the beginning of a lifelong path into sovereignty, intention, and freedom for your little one, and not just the little one, for all of us. This path isn't about rules or restrictions, but rather it's about remembering what has always been true. It's about walking with awareness, listening to your own inner knowing, and honoring the sacred bond that no system, paper, or contract can touch. Take what speaks to you, like I always say as well. I always encourage everyone to do their own research, form your own beliefs. Your beliefs are powerful, they create your reality, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I always say if you're creating and living a life that you love or moving towards it, then more power to you. But if you're not, like, you have to take a look at your mindset and what's going on inside, because we create from the inside out. Your inner world creates your outer world. And so take what resonates, leave the rest, return whenever you feel called. Know that every step you take with clear intention is an act of liberation. Not just for you, not just for your little one, but for the generations who come after, carrying the light of what you choose to protect. So we're waking up, we're remembering, we are breaking generational curses within our family line, and so we're clearing that not only now, but for future generations as well. So if you've made it here, you've already answered a call that not everyone hears. I did for some reason. A call to welcome these sovereign beings as they are and foster the medicine they came to bring to the world unhindered. And here's the truth. They chose you. Yes, our kids choose us. Your little ones chose you, your heart, your strength, and your vision to walk with them into this new era of freedom. This is no small thing. That is sacred beyond measure. And it takes courage to hear that call. It takes even greater courage to act on it, and you have. You are just by reading this. You're holding a vibration strong enough to receive and protect a sovereign being, and that says a lot about you. You are embodying what it means to stand in truth. Take assist to bring real truth. It's my mission to bring truth to the world. You are embodying what it means to stand in truth, even when the world tries to forget. I want you to know I see you, I honor you, I'm deeply proud of you. It's my gift and honor to walk with you and offer my love and support as you continue on this journey with my heart. Minister Veda. Again, VedaRevival.com if you want to learn more about, if you have or know anybody who has sovereign babies or want to, or she helps you function completely normal, get passports and all the things. And so that was it for that, you guys. The Born Free Blueprint, a guide for mothers and fathers choosing sovereignty for their little ones, in honor of my daughter who turned 5 today, my free birth, home birth baby, number 1. And then I had another one, Zion, born in the bathtub, one on the toilet, one in the tub. Of course, don't want to forget my 2 oldest as well. First one was born in the hospital, C-section with an epidural. Next one, born in the hospital, vaginal birth, VBAC, vaginal birth after cesarean without an epidural, and then 2 natural, completely free birth, home birth babies. So incredible to experience that. So grateful that I did get to experience that, and got to experience, encapsulating the placenta, got to experience burning the umbilical cord, letting it turn white, got to experience a lotus birth where I kept the placenta connected until it came off by itself. So, happy birthday to my baby V, and I hope that this resonated with some of you. If you have any questions, just let me know. And also, I'm going to drop a link if you want to learn more and follow more of my journey. I was almost going to revoke my birth certificate, but I put a pause on it for right now. There's a lot to it, you guys, but it's a contract that we're signing into, which you think it's just normal, and it's not. But Sovereign and Free is the name of my Facebook group where I share a lot about this. More details, there's all types of resources and stuff in there, so you can join that if you want to, and I'm off this for now. I have a few things that I need to accomplish tonight. So truth, love, and light. Have a namaste. Make shift happen. Let's grow. Bye.